Hey Clashers, and welcome back to another video. And in the last couple of days I had so many people coming to me in my comments, in my streams, wherever they could, and ask me, Itsu, how do you push right now Legends? The poison right now is so annoying. And so I thought, okay, let's upload another video where, first off, I'm kind of showcasing one of the attacks against Gaku, which at the same time is kind of cool because, well, first off, Gaku right now is like in the top 10 of the world, which is insane considering how many win trading or whatever is going on up there. So huge props to him. And we're able to attack his base. And I thought, okay, let's just combine this as a Pekka Smash guide. All of this together, kinda. And I felt like that might be a pretty good idea. So we have different set of bases today. First off is the Gaku Base style, which is not that surprising that he's using his own style pretty much in base building. And then obviously we're going for teaser bases, compact core bases, and whatever we can find. So first off, let's talk about the Gaku style. And his base type was already really popular back then on Tunnel 13. And what I mean by that is you have in the middle basically this line of Inferno Towers, which most of the time is multi. And then you have like on the left and on the right side of that, you have the Eagle and the Town Hall. That's how those bases are set up and that's how they work. But how do we counter this? Well, as a Pekka Smash attacker, you can pretty much counter this with Warden walking one of the Inferno Towers. If this is set to single, for example, those outside Inferno Towers, it's totally fine as well. Like, it's totally fine. So you Warden walk that, then you're sending in your King with the Witches into the Eagle, and then you're trying to wall break your Pekka Smash kind of in between. The next step basically is to jump the Smash and the Pekka and the King and everything just together into the core, and that's it. We are kind of unfortunate that Gaku actually knows how to play Legends, and he's using the triple Ice Golem Clan Caster, which is really annoying to face with Pekka Smash. Obviously, there's like other strategies which you just don't care about them. For example, if you're using like air, the Ice Golems are pretty useless, to be honest. But now he did a small thing. He used the Tornado Trap to defend exactly that. So at this point, I'm like, oh well, maybe Gaku won this battle. But at the same time, hey, it's Tunnel 14, right? So the heroes are that insane strong. And since we did not need any rages for our Warden Walk in the beginning, we have one rage left. The cool thing about Pekka Smash is, though, that you have so much power on the back end with so many additional spells. So what I'm saying by this is basically that you have 2 freezes, 1 invisibility spell, and if it's working like this, even a rage. So my Royal Champ is getting distracted by the skeletons. That's why I use the Royal Champ ability to kind of like make sure that she's retargeting to the Town Hall. And with it, the Town Hall is going down. And if we zoom out now again, we see the base is gone. This is exactly how you can use this strategy on those Gaku style bases with like this line of Inferno Towers, then the Town Hall and the Eagle really far, it's like on the opposite sides of each other. And that's exactly how you attack those bases. So let's get to the next setup. Let's get to the next base. And this is pretty classic, right? Like, this setup is pretty classic. We have kind of like a huge ring, and then we have something inside. Most of the time, the town was kind of centered. Most of the time, it's really stacked around. Most of the time, we have the bomb towers near the town hall, which makes like Blizzard Blimps really annoying to do, which is so strong right now. Like, in the current meta, I feel like still, even though Pekka Smash is just insane, but I think especially in Legends, Blizzard with dragons, with Lalo, things like this, it's just insane how much value you can get with the heroes. But either way, we're not attacking with Blizzard, we're attacking with Pekka Smash. And what I'm going to go for is doing basically what I'm always doing on those ring-style bases. First off, I'm charging in at one side, trying to create a funnel, most of the time around the Eagle, because we want to take that down nice and early. I'm using the rage on my Yeti Blimp, and well, as soon as the compartment is empty, we can use the next wall break to opening up the next part for the Queen, so we can reach the core. I mean, you guys should know this by now, but I really love the Queen charge in combination with the Pekka Smash. This is something which I feel like not a lot of other people are doing, but I feel like it is just so much more controlled. And what do I say? Like, what do I mean by this? Well, as soon as you're having the Pekka Smash with the Queen, with everything just running inside the core of the base, it's kind of uncontrolled, which means the healers need to switch. If they're not switching perfectly, you have a huge problem, and so on. On this scenario, on this attack though, it's that the smash is running around the outside. On the meanwhile, we have the queen taking care of the core. This is the setup of this attack. And with this, I feel like it's way more, I don't know, like way more controlled, if that makes sense, because you can see the healers are always on my queen. The smash is completely wrecking the bottom side of this base. The royal champion, I use the water ability for everything with that. So this is looking really good. And there's not a lot of things which can like happen due to randomness or whatever. Like there couldn't be like any random things. At the same time though, if you send in the smash in the core, the healer switches can be kind of random. Sometimes it's like really unlucky with like NATO traps, with the double giant bombs to your super wizards and so on. So things like this is not that important if you're doing like this queen charge technique, which is working really great. I mean, this base was pretty much maxed out, I feel like. So we can wreck another maxed out base. Those bases, especially when you're getting a bit higher in Legends, are getting pretty common, that people have already maxed on 14s. Since they spent like the last season down like Titans, Champs, and Masters just to farm with their defenses, and then this season they're pushing yet again. So yep, this is how we can triple bases like this, but we just keep going with the different setups, because the next one is, I feel like, the most annoying thing to face at the moment. When talking about the super compact bases, like this base was already pretty compact in the core, but it's getting like, there are more worse ring style compact bases out there. So let's talk about this one. And this is so annoying to face. Like, come on, like this core is so stacked. It's so annoying to attack. But still, I want to give you guys a couple of tricks and how you can easily, maybe not that easily, but still you can pretty nicely take those bases out most of the time. So first off, one walk and then just smash everything in. Yes, it's a bit random, but you just can't charge this core. It's so tricky. And especially since there are so many variations of this base out there, it's not that easy to like say, okay, always charge from 6 or always charge from this side. It's just not possible. First off, warden walk. You want a warden walk where most likely no ground expos are. So for us on this base, we have the expos on the bottom right, and we have the expos on the top left side of the base, which means we do not want to warden walk over there. The next two things which are possible are on the top right or on the bottom left. On this one, it's kind of 50-50. I just decided for the bottom left. The reason for that is I have only one hero on this side, which should make the entry a bit easier. On the other side, we have the king and the royal champ. That was the only decision, but I don't know if it actually has a huge impact. The next thing is wall break with 2 wall breakers on the corners, then send in the king with the witches on the far side of the warden, and then send in the Pekka, the super wizards and everything just in there with a ton of, with like all of the loons you have left, just to make sure that there is tanking power for your healers. The next thing which is important is just send in the blimp for the town hall. Make sure you're freezing the sweeper, which is pointing towards your blimp, and then you try to take down the town hall as quickly as possible. This is the setup, this is the go what you have, because otherwise the poison is going to wreck everything. On this one, this guy already having a pretty good setup against that, because he had the tornado trap, rotated my Yetis away from the town hall, but since we did not have to use a rage on my warden walk, I have so many rages that we can still just overpower the base. The royal champion, you want to send in the royal champion on the flank where it's less damage, because you want to have the royal champion staying alive for as long as possible most of the time. So on the left side, we had a ton of Tesla. We had the single Inferno Tower over there, so it's less likely the royal champion is going to survive. And you will see at the end of the day, we have the royal champion pretty much finishing off the base. So she's staying alive. That is really important. And that's how you can sometimes triple those bases. Like, this is one of the most annoying setups which you can face as a Pekka Smash, I feel like. It is just so annoying. I know that, for example, Queen Charge Hybrid is just so painful to do on this base, or like on those setup of the bases. But I feel like this was the best thing which I was coming up with against bases like this. It's working 50-50 for me. If you have any better solutions on bases like this with Pekka Smash, let me know. But those bases with Pekka Smash are not great. Obviously, those bases are pretty weak to, for example, like Super Wizard Blimp, yet again. They're pretty weak against some dragon armies, like E-Dragon armies, but overall, not the greatest base to attack. The next one, and I had so many questions about this, and I feel like those bases already got really weak, but I feel like not all of you guys know how to attack those, is the teaser base. Those teaser bases are, to be honest, pretty crap nowadays, because you can face them with so many strategies. Like, most of the strategies have no problem against those anymore. And how you can attack those with Pekka Smash is pretty easy. Queen charge on the other side of the town hall. It sounds kind of risky, but it's actually not that risky, to be honest. But queen charge on the other side of the town hall, blimp the eagle or like the second layer inferno tower. Normally there's something in the second layer which should prevent that you're actually queen walking over there. But at the end of the day, just blimp that, whatever is in there. If there's an air defense, if there's an inferno tower, eagle would be the best thing to get. Most of the time you can get the eagle as we just did in here. And then as soon as the Yetis died out in that blimp, then you can add the ward to the queen charge. Why not earlier? Well, the problem with that is that the blimp, or like the Yetis in that blimp, are more important, which the weight system which the warden has, than the queen itself. So the warden would switch to your blimp, which is not that cool, because sometimes with that he's stealing the healers away, doing some really annoying things. So just don't do that. Just don't even try it. It's not worth it. The next thing is, as soon as you walked to one of the sides, it's 50-50 and you just don't care, to be honest. Just add your smash, walk into the side of the town hall, and then just have fun with your rages. Just plant over the base with your rages, just drop everything in there, and whenever the town hall is activated, just keep freezing that town hall, because the town hall is being the most annoying thing. Sometimes you're lucky and this guy's having like the scatter right next to the town hall, which is even cooler for you because you can just freeze everything together. And well, that's just it. Like normally you should overpower bases with this setup, even if you lose a couple of healers, things like that. Then you can use the Royal Champion either on the 6 o'clock side, or if there's like a second layer air defense like on this base, then you can get rid of that air defense if you want to. But either way, this setup normally most of the time works. And as I said, like teaser bases nowadays are not that strong anymore, especially with Town 14 and the poison. Like normally on bases like this, you, I don't know, somehow get rid of that town hall without having too many problems with the poison. And that's exactly the weakness of those bases on Town Hall 14 especially. So yeah, I hope you now know how to attack those bases with Pekka Smash. But hey, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something more about that. Let me know what strategy you would like to see next. Strategy wise, like what should I upload next for Legends, for example, or whatever you would like to see. And well, thank you so much for watching. I will see you down below in the comments. Until tomorrow, and see ya. Bye bye.